Okay, I went to the Bronco and did a full paint inspection this morning, and we got it in here ready for paint work and detail. So I just wanted to go over. I figured this is the easiest way to go over everything is just to shoot you a video. So there was the noted spots that we already knew about. The rockers are wrong color. This spot on the tailgate starting to lift, and then there's some nicks and scratches. So I just kind of want you to answer to me how far you want me to go and what you think is worth the risk, because there is some risk involved here with trying to clean some of these spots up. So like under this drip rail here, let's see if I can get some light on it for you. So originally the seam sealer didn't get cleaned out when they restored it, and it's all broken in here, and there's a little bit of rust starting to come through on the seam, and this has been touched up once because it started to come through probably right before the sale. That's usually how it goes. So I can touch this up if you want me to touch it up again. I can just leave it and skip, or I can dig into it and try to figure out why it's got that little bit of rust and see if we can fix it. But more than likely, if we do that, we're going to get into the paint and have to repaint some of this top, if not the whole thing. There's a little bit of, like rub through on the hinge, and the same kind of things going on over here. This one's worse than the other side. It's actually split most of the way down. So same kind of thing there. I can dig that seam sealer out and see what's back there and try and kill that rust or contaminant or whatever's in there, and then reseal it. Hopefully we don't have to repaint, but chances are we're gonna get into this right here. So let me know what you think on that one. Rocker and tailgate's not a big issue. I've got some more of the same kind of stuff under this body lip on the quarter panel, and then like this wrinkly spot, if we can pick it up with the camera. Yeah, this wrinkly spot's over here. I'm not sure what that is. That could be seam sealer that was messy. It could be rust that's underneath there, but same kind of thing. Until I cut it open, I don't know, and then once I cut it open, we're gonna have to deal with whatever's there. So if you want to deal and live with this kind of stuff, then let me know. If you want me to tackle it, just let me know and I'll get in there. This was chipped out away from the screw, and they had touched it up a few times. The only way I'm going to make it look, I can make it maybe look 50% better than what it is, but it's never going to look real good unless I paint this quarter panel here. If I painted the quarter panel, I could take care of this and that and this over here, and then we got some, looks like, I think this was a patch panel when they restored it, because I can kind of see the edge of the patch panel, and then the paint's starting to break right here. So I can kind of touch that up a little bit, kind of like they did on the rest of the rig. Or if you want me to work on this quarter panel, we can just take care of all of this all at once. I don't know. This is split, so I'm assuming it's probably some filler that's back there. I don't know what's under the filler. Same kind of thing. I can get the white out of it and try to touch it up, or we can just go ahead and do the quarter panel. There's some chips, like, trying to play the light game for you. There's some chips like this kind of in random spots on the rig, and that's kind of same deal. There's white in it, so I can brush touch down into it and then try to knock the top off and see what we get. Or you can make this decision for me and just tell me you want all that stuff painted, but they're kind of all over the place. So this little scratch, I'm gonna try and save this door. The hood, or not hood, I'm sorry, the door hinges, the hinge pins on both of the doors are gone, and they need to be fixed in order to get this door to get fixed, because when we open it, it's got a little chugga to it, and then that let me fix this. So I'm going to do some research on hood pins. Loosen can is easy. Same thing under here. So I wanted to see if I could pick this up on camera. I don't think I'm going to, but the paint on the bottom edge of this front fender is really thin, and I know we wanted to cut and rub some stuff to get some of these wrinkles out of the finish up here. But I'm concerned that I don't have enough paint left to do that. So I'm gonna do my best on it, but I just need some understanding that if it burns through, like we talked about on the phone, if it burns through, I won't have any option at that point. Everything on this fender looks okay to me, except for I found a little spiderweb crack in the top of the fender here. So I'd have to grind that out and maybe paint from the body lip up or something, but this is going to get pretty difficult pretty fast to keep all this matched in one sheen and one color if we start doing like the fender and then skipping the door and then doing this quarter panel and then doing just inside the tailgate and then just a rocker panel, and yeah, it's going to kind of be Lego-y. So I can do whatever you want to do. I just don't want to spend your money without you making the call for me, and I don't know how. You know, I do mild to wild, so I mean, I can make this thing look like a concourse car if you want that, or if you're going to drive it and live with some of this stuff. Because you're going to drive it, it's going to get chipped, you don't really care. I'm just trying to get in your head a little bit, so you let me know. This hood, I got to make a judgment call on, because it's got, well, was a big, looks like a belt buckle scratch, and it got down into the bottom and started to lift, and then they touched it up. But there's no way to make that look right without doing the hood. So, you know, it's just a little chip from a rock chip. Just some light scratches. I think some of this will come out with the detail step. It's just scratches down here. This is down into the white too, so I'd have to brush touch it or paint the door. Excuse me. There's some wrinkly stuff that they kind of left in the first paint job. Now this is single stage, so the color you see is also the shininess, so all the imperfections were in that paint layer when they did it, and this isn't abnormal for a restoration, but for like a concourse car, this isn't really acceptable. So I'm not sure how okay you're gonna be with it. If you want to come powwow, you want to just tell me what's up. My plan for right now is I got some stuff that we can do that I don't need an answer for. So I still got the shifter linkage, and I found some wiring down here we'll take care of today. I'm gonna start prepping on this rocker panel. I already know about the tailgate. Then I can start to get some of the wrinkles sanded on it. But, you know, as far as like some of this stuff, that's just a scratch right by the top. Maybe when they put the top on, just a little rock nick down into the white. This one's kind of a judgment call too. I think there was maybe rust here or some body work that didn't get sanded all the way out. So to get that, get this wrinkle right here, we have to sand into that, and that's going to mean this quarter panel too. So yeah, not trying to paint the whole Bronco, but we could, but we don't need to, but we might want to. So there it is. That's as honest as I can be. Got most of the mechanical stuff done, and I'm going to start working on detail and paint stuff. So you just let me know what you think, and we'll get our heads together and go from there. I appreciate your patience and appreciate the work, and thanks so much for sticking with me and being a super awesome guy. This thing's awesome. So, take care, buddy. Talk to you soon.